I've always been invisible. It's as if I don't even exist in the eyes of the people who should matter most. My parents? They don't notice me unless I'm in the way. My sister, Isabella, the golden child, gets all the praise, all the love. I'm just here, existing in the background unnoticed. It doesn't hurt anymore. I've grown used to it. I've spent countless hours sitting in the corner of the living room, watching the world spin around me. I hear them talk, laugh, share stories, and I sit quietly unnoticed. I wonder if they'd even miss me if I disappeared. Ethan used to be different. We were inseparable when we were kids. He was my closest friend, always by my side. But that was before he became him. Now, I barely exist in his eyes either. Serena, do you need something? My mom calls from the kitchen, not even looking at me as she passes by. She doesn't ask because she cares. She asks because I'm just another figure in the background. No, I'm good, I mumble, trying not to sound bitter. I don't think she notices the difference in my voice. I glance over at Ethan. He's sitting with Isabella, laughing, his arm casually draped over her shoulder like they're the perfect couple. They probably are, but I'll never know. Because I'm still just Serena, I sit there for a while watching them, trying not to let the jealousy eat at me. He used to be my best friend. I used to be the one who shared everything with him, laughed with him, cried with him. Now, I'm just someone who's in the way, and then I hear it. I don't know why she's still around, Ethan says, laughing a little too loud. She's just Serena. She's always been there, but it's like she's invisible. I freeze. My heart sinks into my stomach. I can't breathe. The words are a slap, a cold, hard truth that I've known for so long but never really acknowledged. Just Serena. Yeah, I guess you're right, Isabella says, her voice so casual, so dismissive. She's like background noise. Like, why does she even try? It's embarrassing. I can feel the tears pricking my eyes, but I won't let them fall. Not in front of them. I turn away quickly, pretending to be engrossed in something on my phone, but inside, I'm dying. They don't care. They'll never care. I'm nothing more than a shadow in their lives, and that's all I'll ever be. I used to think if I could just be better, smarter, prettier, more confident, someone would finally notice me. I threw myself into school, into the gym, into anything that might make me someone worth looking at. But even when I was working hard to change, a part of me knew that no matter what I did, I'd still be invisible. Still the forgotten one. But there was always a sliver of hope. Maybe someday, someone would see me. That day came sooner than I expected, but not in the way I imagined. It started like any other Saturday morning. I was sitting at the kitchen table, eating a bowl of cereal, trying to ignore the noise in the house. Mom was on the phone with her friend, Dad was watching some game in the living room, and Isabella, my older sister, was getting ready to go out with her friends. They always had plans. They never needed me. Serena, are you going to just sit there all day? Isabella asked, walking past me without sparing me a glance. I shrugged. I've got homework. She rolled her eyes. What a shocker. You always have homework. Are you sure you're not just avoiding us? Her words stung, but I didn't let it show. Not today. Today, I was focused. I was determined to prove to myself that I was more than what they thought. But then, I heard something. I don't even know why I stopped and listened, but I did. Maybe I was hoping for a sign, for someone to say something nice about me. Instead, I heard Ethan's voice. Yeah, but I just don't get why she still hangs around. She's such a drag. Ethan's voice was full of that casual, dismissive tone he always used with me. I froze. Ethan was my childhood friend. He was the one person I thought would always be there for me. But hearing his voice like this, it felt like a punch in the gut. He wasn't just ignoring me. He was talking about me. And not in a good way. I don't know, man. I can't deal with her anymore. She's like a shadow in the background. You know, always lurking. It's honestly kind of pathetic. It took a moment for the words to sink in, and when they did, my stomach twisted. Ethan was talking about me like I was some kind of burden. Like I didn't matter. And then I heard Isabella laugh. Tell me about it. I mean, I've tried to make her feel included, but she just gets in the way. Honestly, I don't know why you keep hanging out with her. She's a total loser. My chest tightened. I felt my face flush with humiliation, the familiar sting of rejection cutting deeper than I thought possible. I wanted to scream at them, to confront them right there, but I couldn't. My voice was gone. Are you guys coming to the party tonight? Ethan asked. Yeah, Of course, Isabella answered. But do me a favor, don't bring Serena. It'll just ruin everything. I couldn't breathe. I wanted to scream, to yell at them both for making me feel like nothing. But instead, I just sat there frozen. I didn't know how long I sat there, listening to their laughter fade away. But when it was finally over, something inside me snapped. I wasn't just Serena anymore. I was the girl they made fun of, the girl they pretended didn't exist, and I would change. I had to no more waiting for someone to notice me. No more being the forgotten girl in the background. I was going to be someone. I wasn't going to let them keep pretending I was invisible. Not anymore. I can't stop thinking about their words. Ethan and Isabella's laughter still echoes in my mind, like a bad song that won't fade. Every time I try to move on, I hear it, feel it like it's stuck under my skin, reminding me that I'm nothing. It's strange, but instead of crying or hiding, I feel something else. A fire. It's not anger anymore, but something close. I have to change. I have to prove them wrong. I won't stay invisible. Not anymore. I start small. The gym. At first, it's just a place to get my frustrations out, to push my body beyond what I thought it could handle. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, becomes a reminder that I'm doing something for me. By the time I start to see results, something shifts. I'm not doing it for revenge. Well, not just for that. I'm doing it because I want to see what I can become. I want to stand tall, even if no one's watching. But still, there's a part of me that imagines Ethan noticing. Just noticing. I remember the first time I picked up makeup. I watched 100 videos, read articles, tried to follow along. My hands shook at first because I was terrible at it. My face didn't look right. It felt foreign, like I wasn't me anymore. But I kept at it. Layer by layer, I transformed my face into something that wasn't so plain. Then came the clothes. I used to wear whatever was comfortable. Old shirts, jeans that were a little too loose. Now, I stand in front of the mirror and try on different outfits. Something that screams confidence. Something that looks like I'm someone worth noticing. The first time I wear a tighter dress to the store, I feel exposed, vulnerable. But it's also exhilarating. Serena, is that you? My mom's voice snaps me out of my thoughts as she walks into the room, looking at me like she's never seen me before. Yeah, it's me, I reply, my voice coming out softer than I expect. She smiles, but it's different. You look different. Good, different. What's this all about? I shrug, playing it cool. Just felt like trying something new. Her smile widens, but it's not real. I can see it in her eyes, confusion mixed with a strange sense of pride. She doesn't get it. And she probably never will. Still, it feels good. That night, I decide to test the waters. I walk into the kitchen with my new look, curled hair, makeup that's not perfect but definitely noticeable, a dress that hugs my body in all the right places. I don't know what I'm expecting, but when I step into the room, I feel their eyes on me. My dad looks up from his paper, but it's not until he sees my face that his gaze lingers. For a split second, he looks proud, surprised. Who's this? He asks, trying to mask his shock with a half smile. I smile back, this time with purpose. It's just me, Dad. I wait for the compliment that never comes, the validation I wanted. But all I get is silence. Later that night, I pick up my phone, scrolling through pictures of Ethan and Isabella. My fingers tremble. I can't stop comparing myself to her. She's always been perfect in their eyes. And now I'm doing this for me. But deep down, I can't help but want him to notice, even if just for a second. But as I look at my reflection again, something clicks. Maybe it's not about Ethan anymore. Maybe I'm doing this because I'm tired of feeling like I'm not enough. I'm not doing this for revenge. At least, not all of it. I'm doing it because I deserve better. And that's enough. It's strange how different everything feels now. Months have passed, and I've finally become someone else. The girl I was, she's gone. The girl in the mirror now is strong, confident, and undeniably beautiful. I don't even recognize myself sometimes. I'm not just physically different, I've changed inside too. I don't care about their approval anymore. At least, I tell myself that. But when the invitations to family events come in, I still feel that familiar tug in my chest. A part of me wants to be noticed, wants to hear them say, "Wow, Serena, you've really changed. It's a family gathering tonight." The kind where everyone comes together to pretend we're one big happy family. I almost didn't want to go, but I needed to see them, to see how they'd react to me now. When I walk into the room, it's like everything stops. I catch Ethan's eye across the room, and for a moment, I see something more than indifference. He blinks, double taking, then quickly looks away. My heart skips a beat, and I hate myself for caring. Serena, is that really you? My mom asks, her voice full of surprise. I smile, trying to act nonchalant. Yeah, Mom, it's me, I say, my voice steady despite the fluttering in my chest. My sister Isabella glances at me briefly, but there's no warmth in her eyes. She's still the same perfect, flawless, always in control. I've always hated how she never had to try. She just was. But tonight, I'm the one who stands out. Hey, Serena, Ethan says, walking over to me. His voice is casual, but there's something in his gaze that lingers a little too long. He seems genuinely unsure, like he doesn't know what to make of me. It's almost like he's seeing me for the first time. Hey, Ethan, I reply, trying not to smile too much. I don't want to give him the satisfaction of knowing how much his attention still affects me. How's everything? Good. You look different. In a good way. He stumbles over his words, and I can feel my chest tighten. Thanks, I say, letting the word hang in the air between us. He doesn't know it yet, but his approval still means more to me than I want to admit. I look over at Isabella, who's chatting with some relatives, looking flawless as always. Her beauty is undeniable, but tonight, I don't feel small next to her. I don't feel like the girl in the background anymore. Isabella looks stunning as usual, I say, a hint of sarcasm slipping into my tone. Ethan glances at his girlfriend, and I notice the way his eyes linger for just a fraction too long. Yeah, she always does, he says, almost absent-mindedly. It's like a knife in my chest, but I won't show it. I slip into the crowd, making my way toward the punch bowl. I don't want to be near Ethan right now. His presence, his distracted gaze, it all messes with my head. I need to feel in control. But then, something strange happens. Isabella, noticing that I'm walking away, gets up to join me. She's always been the center of attention, always had a way of commanding the room. But tonight, as she approaches me, I notice how she falters for just a second. What are you doing? She asks, her voice low but sharp. I smile, my gaze meeting hers. Just getting some punch. You want some? Her eyes narrow. You think you can just come in here and steal the spotlight? She asks, barely keeping the venom out of her voice. I laugh softly. I didn't steal anything, Isabella. I'm just finally being seen for once. She glares at me for a moment, but I hold my ground. I don't back down. Not anymore. As the night wears on, I feel a strange surge of power. The way people look at me like I'm something new, something better, it feels good. But then I catch Ethan's eyes across the room again. And just for a moment, I want to run to him, to let him know that I'm not that invisible girl anymore. But I don't. I don't need him to define me. I don't need anyone's approval. I just need to keep going. The problem is, I'm not sure if I believe that just yet. There's something oddly satisfying about seeing Ethan struggle with his own feelings. I can tell by the way he looks at me now, lingering a little too long, shifting uncomfortably when I catch his gaze, that I've started to get under his skin. The best part? I don't have to do much. Just a smile here, a playful comment there. It's like he's slowly being pulled back in, and I'm enjoying every second of it. The feeling is intoxicating. All those years of being ignored, overlooked, dismissed, it's like I'm making up for lost time. Hey Serena, Ethan says one afternoon as we run into each other at the local cafe. I didn't expect to see you here. I smile, leaning casually against the counter. I come here all the time, Ethan. You just never noticed. He chuckles, scratching the back of his neck. Yeah, I guess I've been a little preoccupied. His eyes flickered my lips, and for a moment, I feel a surge of power. You should come by more often. I like running into you. I let my voice drop a little, keeping my tone light, but there's a hint of something deeper there. His smile falters for a second, but then he recovers. Yeah, maybe I will. It's subtle, but I can see it. He's torn. I can see him trying to balance his loyalty to Isabella and the pull he feels toward me. And it feels good. I've waited so long to feel like this, to be the one in control. Later that evening, I meet up with some of my friends. Isabella's there too, of course, always surrounded by people, always the center of attention. I notice how she tries to talk over me whenever I speak, always bringing the conversation back to herself. I can't help but smile to myself. I've started to enjoy being the one who's noticed. The one who gets the attention, even if it's just for a fleeting moment. I feel like I'm taking back all those years of being invisible. Serena, I heard Ethan was looking for you earlier. One of my friends says, her voice low. You guys seem close. I shrug, trying to look casual. Yeah, we've been talking a lot more lately, I noticed. It's kind of funny, isn't it? He used to ignore you, but now he's all about you. I almost laugh at the bitterness in her voice. People change, I reply, but there's a part of me that wonders if it's true. Is it just revenge, or is there still a piece of me that wants him to notice me for real? The next day, I run into Ethan again. This time, he's with Isabella, and she's acting all sweet, like she owns him. I watch as she drapes her arm around his waist, looking at me like she knows something I don't. It irritates me, but I don't show it. Serena, she says, her voice saccharine sweet. Ethan and I were talking about you the other day. I raise an eyebrow, trying to hide my irritation. Oh really? What about? She grins, that knowing look still in her eyes. Just how much you've changed. You've become quite charming. Her words sting, but I don't let it show. Thanks, I've been working on it. I see Ethan glance at me, his expression unreadable, but there's something there, a flicker of doubt, like he doesn't know who he should be standing next to. And for a moment, just a moment, it feels like I'm winning. I can feel it. I'm pulling him in, slowly, but surely, he's coming back to me. And it feels so good to have the upper hand. But then, just as quickly as the rush hits me, a dark thought creeps in. Why do I still care so much about his approval? Why does it matter to me so deeply? Isn't this supposed to be about revenge? I tell myself it is. But when I see him smile at me in that quiet, almost vulnerable way, I can't help but feel something tug at my heart. I want to win, but I still want him too. And the realization hits me hard. I'm getting what I wanted, but it's not enough. It's never going to be enough unless I have his love, and that's a truth I don't know how to deal with. I've never been more conflicted in my life. It's been weeks since I started this game flirting with Ethan, watching him fall for me again. Part of me wants to laugh. I'm in control now. He's the one who can't stop looking at me, the one who's torn between his loyalty to Isabella and his old feelings for me. I've become the girl everyone wants, and it feels good. But why doesn't it feel enough? I'm standing in front of the mirror, staring at my reflection. I look different, more confident, stronger, and yet, all I can feel is a growing emptiness inside me. The transformation I've worked so hard for, the attention, the validation, I wanted all of it. But now that I have it, it's hollow. Serena, are you okay? It's my mom's voice, soft and tentative from the doorway. I turn, forcing a smile. Yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking. She steps inside, eyeing me closely. You've changed, a lot, and I'm not sure it's a good thing. I flinch at her words. What do you mean? I don't know, she says slowly, like she's treading carefully. You've got this coldness about you now, like you're shutting us out. Your father and I, we're not sure we even recognize you anymore. Her words hit harder than I expect. Coldness? That's not what I wanted. But maybe it's what I've become. I've used this new version of myself to get back at Ethan, to get back at everyone who overlooked me. But now, I don't even know who I am anymore. I shake my head, not wanting to discuss this with her. I'm fine, Mom. Really. But she's already walking away, her eyes filled with a mix of concern and disappointment. As I sit down on my bed, I feel it. The weight of everything I've done. Is this what I wanted? Revenge? To make Ethan fall for me just so I could watch him struggle between me and Isabella. It felt powerful at first, but now it just feels empty. Serena, are you coming? Isabella calls from the hallway, her voice sharp. Everyone's waiting. I don't answer right away. What am I doing? All this manipulation using my looks, my charm, everything I've worked so hard to perfect, it's not satisfying anymore. I can see it in my reflection. The girl I've become is someone I don't even like. I stand up and walk to the door. When I open it, Isabella's already there, her usual smirk on her face. You've been quiet, she says, raising an eyebrow. Everything okay? I look at her, her confidence, her beauty, and for the first time, I don't feel like I'm competing with her. I'm not trying to outshine her. I'm just tired. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, Isabella, I say before I can stop myself. I don't know if this is what I want. She looks surprised, but then her smirk returns. Don't get cold feet now, Serena. You've come this far. Don't back out now. but I'm not sure I can keep playing this game. I've pushed Ethan away. I've pulled him in. And in the end, what does it matter? I've hurt him. I've hurt myself. That night, I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, questioning everything. My heart longs for something I can't seem to grasp, something real. Something that doesn't come from manipulation or revenge. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Keep playing this part. A part of me wants to walk away from it all, to heal, to let go of the anger that's been festering inside me for so long. But then I think about Ethan, about how he still looks at me, how he's still torn, and I wonder if I'll ever be able to let go of the need for his approval. I thought I was done. I had made up my mind to step away from it all, the revenge, the manipulation, the games. Part of me wanted to let go of the bitterness that had consumed me for so long. I felt empty, even after everything I'd done. What good is revenge when it leaves you feeling hollow inside? But then, just as I started to pull back, something happened. Something I didn't see coming. It started with Isabella. She was always perfect in everyone's eyes, charming, beautiful, and so sure of herself. But the cracks started to show. First, it was little things: Ethan not picking up her calls, their conversations growing shorter. I tried not to care, but I couldn't help it. My heart raced every time I saw them together, especially when I caught a glimpse of the tension between them. Have you talked to Ethan lately? I ask one afternoon, my voice casual, as I sit next to Isabella. She looks up from her phone, her eyes narrowed. No, not really. He's been distant, she says, her lips curling into a fake smile. But I see it, the fear. She's starting to realize what I already know: Ethan's pulling away. I try not to feel smug, but I can't help it. Maybe karma's finally catching up with her. I watch as she continues to fake a smile, her fingers trembling slightly as she scrolls through her phone. Then it happens. Ethan approaches me one evening, looking like he hasn't slept in days. His eyes are heavy, his shoulders slumped, and for the first time, I see him as vulnerable. I want to ask him what's going on, but I can't bring myself to care about his problems. Not anymore, Serena, he says, his voice low, almost pleading. I need to talk to you. I freeze, unsure of what to say. What is it, Ethan? He looks at me, his gaze filled with regret. I've made a mess of everything. I realize now that I've been using Isabella just as much as she's been using me. She never loved me. She never cared about me. I was just a stepping stone for her, a way to get what she wanted. His words hit me like a slap, but I don't let him see the shock in my face. I've seen this before: people using each other, taking what they need and leaving the rest behind. And here he is, finally realizing he's just as much a part of that game. I didn't know who I was anymore. I thought I was doing what I wanted, but I was only lying to myself. I was too blind to see how you were always there. He cuts himself off, his words faltering. Serena, I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. I didn't mean to. I stare at him, feeling a twisted mix of satisfaction and pain. This is what I wanted, right? For him to regret it. For him to see how wrong he was about me. But instead of feeling victorious, all I feel is empty. His apology doesn't fix anything. It doesn't take back the hurt or the manipulation. I don't know what you expect from me, Ethan, I say, my voice cold, though my heart is anything but. I don't know if I can forgive you. Not now. Not after everything. He looks like I've slapped him. I understand. I had to say it. I had to apologize. For a moment, I wonder if I should soften, if I should let him in again. But then I remember what I've been through, what I've built. I've spent so much time trying to gain control, to feel powerful, and now that I have it, I don't want to give it up. I'm not going to let him walk back into my life and break me again. Ethan, I start, my voice firm. I think it's best if we both move on. You and Isabella. Me too. We're all better off that way. His face falls, but I don't feel the satisfaction I thought I would. I thought I'd be happy to see him in pain, but instead, it's just a reminder of how empty everything feels. As I walk away, I feel the weight of what I've done. I've gotten what I wanted, but now I realize it's not enough. Revenge doesn't heal you, it only leaves you with more scars. Maybe it's time to let go of all of it. Let go of Ethan. Let go of the past. But a part of me doesn't know if I can. I feel like I've finally gained control over my life. For the first time in months, I don't feel the constant pull of Ethan's attention. It's like I've stepped out of this fog, this cloud of longing and manipulation. I'm starting to realize I'm more than just a pawn in someone else's game. I'm Serena. And I deserve more than what I've been given. Ethan's been trying though. I can feel it. He calls, he texts, and every time I see his name on my phone, I feel a tug in my chest. But this time, it's different. I'm no longer the girl who will drop everything just to see him. I won't let myself be that person again. I've worked too hard to get here. Serena, we need to talk, Ethan says one evening, showing up at my doorstep unannounced. I take a deep breath. Ethan, I'm not sure we do. He looks at me, that familiar look of desperation in his eyes. Please, just give me a chance to explain. I know I messed up. I've been thinking about this about us. I lean against the doorframe, arms crossed. You've had plenty of chances, Ethan. I don't need another explanation. I watch his face fall, the disappointment hitting me like a wave. For a moment, I almost feel guilty, but I quickly push that feeling aside. You hurt me, and I'm done letting you in. I've worked hard to move on. He steps forward, close enough that I can feel his presence, but I don't budge. I don't want you to move on, Serena. I want us to try again. I want to make things right. Why? So you can make the same mistakes again? I say, my voice sharp. You didn't even notice me when I was right in front of you, Ethan. You were too busy with Isabella to even care. He winces at the mention of her name, but I don't let that stop me. I don't want your pity. I don't want your apology either. I just want to move on, and I think it's time you do the same. But just as I'm about to close the door, it swings open again. Isabella's standing there, and I know she's been listening. Serena, you need to know something, she says, her voice unusually calm. Ethan didn't just come after you because he wanted you. He came after you because he couldn't stand the emptiness in his life after being betrayed. My heart skips a beat. What is she talking about? Isabella, what are you? He came to you because he needed something to fill the hole. He didn't realize it until it was too late, but he was just running away from the pain of what he'd lost. He wasn't in love with you, Serena. He was in love with the idea of you. You were his escape from the guilt, from what I did to him. I freeze, her words sinking into me like a dagger. What are you saying? I barely manage to whisper. She sighs, stepping closer. He only started caring about you when he realized that he couldn't fix what he lost with me. He never saw you for who you really are, Serena. He saw you as a way to distract himself. And now he's trying to make it all better. But it's too late. The truth hits me like a punch to the gut. Ethan never loved me the way I thought. He didn't love me at all. He was just looking for someone to fix the emptiness inside him. I feel sick and hurt, but more than that, I feel free. For the first time, I see clearly. I don't need him. I never did. I don't need his apology, Isabella, I say, my voice low but strong. I don't need anyone to fix me. She looks at me, her expression unreadable. Then you're stronger than I thought, Serena. I don't reply, not because I don't want to, but because I finally understand. I'm not the girl who waits for someone else to come and save her. I'm the girl who moves on, who learns to stand on her own defeat. Goodbye, Ethan, I say, turning my back on him for the final time. The door shuts with a soft click behind me. I'm done. I'm free. It's funny how life can turn, how you can go from being lost in the shadows of someone else's betrayal to finally seeing yourself clearly. I never thought I'd be here standing strong, with no need for anyone's approval, not even Ethan's. But here I am. And for the first time in a long time, I'm proud of the person I'm becoming. It's been weeks since everything with Ethan and Isabella ended. At first, I felt like I was floating, like I wasn't sure where I belonged. But now, I know who I am. I know what I want. And it doesn't include being anyone's second choice. I'm sitting in my favorite coffee shop, the smell of freshly brewed coffee filling the air. My laptop's open, but I'm not working. I'm not distracted by the constant tug of thoughts about Ethan anymore. Instead, I'm sketching something I haven't done in years. It's a passion I buried under the weight of everyone else's expectations. But now, it's mine. You still drawing, huh? Comes a familiar voice, pulling me out of my thoughts. I look up and see Olivia, my best friend. She's been there for me, even when I didn't realize I needed someone. Yeah, I reply, giving her a small smile. Feels good to actually do something for myself, you know? She nods, sliding into the seat across from me. I noticed. You've been different lately. In a good way. I laugh, tucking a strand of hair behind my ear. I guess I've been figuring things out. So tell me, Olivia leans in, a grin on her face. How does it feel, finally letting go of all that drama with Ethan? For a moment, I pause. The name doesn't feel heavy anymore. It doesn't choke me with anger or regret. It's just a name, a reminder of a past that's fading into the background. It feels freeing, I say honestly, like I've been holding onto something that wasn't mine, something I didn't need. Olivia raises an eyebrow. So, no more games? No more getting revenge? I shake my head. I don't need it anymore. I spent so much time focusing on revenge, on trying to prove something to him and everyone else. But I realized something. I don't need to prove anything. I just need to be me. Her smile widens, and she reaches across the table, placing her hand over mine. You've always been enough, Serena. And for the first time in a long time, I believe it. The weeks that follow feel like a rebirth. I dive into my work with a new sense of purpose, finding joy in things I had forgotten about. I'm not trying to be perfect or constantly measuring myself against what I think others want. I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm even taking small risks, applying for a job at a design firm I've admired for years, reaching out to old friends who I hadn't spoken to in ages. I'm learning that I don't need to hide anymore. I don't need to be the person people expect. One night, after a long day, I sit down and finally open the letter from the design firm. My heart pounds in my chest as I read the words, my eyes skimming over the lines until I reach the part that makes my stomach flip. They want to interview me. I laugh out loud, the sound almost foreign to me after so much silence. This is what I've been working for, not to get Ethan's attention, not to prove anything to anyone, but to prove to myself that I am capable of something bigger. Later, as I walk into the interview room, I feel a sense of calm that I never thought I'd have. I'm not nervous. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm just here to show them who I am and what I can do. The interview goes smoothly, and as I leave, a thought settles into my mind. I don't need Ethan to define me. I don't need anyone to define me. In the months that follow, I focus more on myself than I ever thought possible. I build a career, make new friends, and slowly I start to feel whole again. Ethan's name doesn't haunt me. It's just a part of the past, and for the first time in forever, I feel like I've found the person I've been searching for all along, me. I never thought I'd be standing here, looking at Ethan without the weight of all that anger and hurt hanging over me. Tonight's the family gathering, the same one I used to dread, the one where I'd find myself shrinking into the background, desperate for some acknowledgement. But now, I feel calm, confident. I walk into the living room, my heart steady. Ethan's there, sitting with Isabella, talking to my parents. He looks up, his eyes meeting mine for a brief moment. There's no recognition like before, no longing in his gaze. It's just a look. That's it. And for once, it feels like nothing. Serena, my mom says, smiling warmly at me, her voice filled with a softness I haven't heard in a while. You look great. I smile back, but it's not the smile of a girl trying to prove something. It's a genuine one. I don't need their approval anymore. Thanks, Mom. I sit down, but I don't let myself get caught up in the whirlwind of conversation like I used to. I stay present. I'm not the invisible girl anymore. I'm Serena, and I'm enough just as I am. Ethan's voice breaks through the chatter. Hey, Serena, he says, walking over to me. My heart doesn't skip a beat like it used to. It doesn't race. It just is. I look up at him, not with anger or resentment, but with clarity. Hey, Ethan. He stands in front of me for a moment, looking unsure. I see the hesitation in his eyes, the same hesitation that used to make me feel like I was waiting for something that would never come. But now, it's just a moment between two people who used to know each other. And that's all. I just want to say I'm sorry, he says, his voice low, for everything, for how I treated you, for taking you for granted. I don't feel the sting I used to. No sharp ache in my chest, no desire to lash out. I nod slowly, looking at him with a calm I never thought I'd have. You don't have to apologize, Ethan, I say, my voice steady. I'm not angry anymore. I haven't been for a while. He looks surprised, like he expected me to yell or cry or something. But there's no fire left in me. I thought about you a lot, Serena. About everything. I don't interrupt him. I let him speak, but I don't feel the need to hold on to his words. I'm not looking for closure from him anymore. I've already given that to myself. I know you probably don't believe me, but I never meant to hurt you, he continues. I never meant for any of this to happen. I take a deep breath and look at him one last time. I don't need you to explain, Ethan. I don't need your apology. But I do want to thank you. His eyes widen slightly. Thank me? I nod, feeling a strange peace settle over me. Thank you for the lessons. For teaching me how to stand up for myself. For showing me that I don't need anyone else to feel whole. For a moment, we just stand there, looking at each other. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't care. I've let go. I'm glad you're doing okay, he says quietly. I smile, my eyes soft but firm. I'm more than okay, Ethan. I'm exactly where I need to be. With that, I stand up, turning away from him. For the first time, I don't look back. As I walk out the door, a weight I didn't realize I was carrying lifts off my shoulders. I'm free, finally. It's been months since everything with Ethan and Isabella, and I've never felt more at peace. There was a time when I thought I'd never be able to escape the chains of that past. But now, as I stand here, I realize I'm free. I'm not the same person I used to be. The girl who craved validation, who measured her worth by the attention she got, is gone. She's been replaced by someone who knows her value, who doesn't need anyone to define her. I'm sitting in a cafe, my coffee growing cold in front of me, but I don't mind. I'm not here for the distractions anymore. I'm here because this is my life now. I'm finally in control of it. Hey Serena. Olivia's voice breaks my thoughts, and I look up to see her standing there, a grin on her face. I was wondering when I'd see you again. You've been a little MIA. I smile, setting down my coffee. Yeah, I've been busy, doing things for me for once. She sits down across from me, raising an eyebrow. Doing things for you? What's that supposed to mean? I laugh softly, realizing how much I've changed. It means I'm not waiting around for someone else's approval anymore. I've got my own life to live. Olivia looks at me with a knowing smile. Sounds like someone's finally found their stride. I nod, feeling the weight of those words. I think I have. I've been doing a lot of things I used to be scared of. Things that used to feel impossible. So what's next? She asks, clearly curious. I don't know yet, I reply, glancing out the window. But for the first time, I'm okay with that. I don't need to have it all figured out. I'm just going to keep moving forward, keep growing. Olivia laughs. That's the Serena I know. Always thinking ahead. I shake my head. No, not anymore. I've learned it's okay to just be. To stop rushing, stop stressing over what's next, and just live. I spent too many years trying to prove myself to everyone else. Now, I'm proving something to myself. Like what? Olivia asks, her eyes searching mine. That I can be happy on my own. That I can be enough without needing anyone to tell me I am. She looks at me for a long moment, then smiles. You've really come a long way, Serena. I'm proud of you. I feel a warmth spread through me, but it's not the kind of validation I used to crave. It's the kind that comes from within. It's self-love. As I leave the cafe, I feel a sense of calm that I've never known. I've walked away from the past, the anger, the bitterness, the need for revenge. I've let go of the person I thought I was supposed to be and embraced the person I've always been inside. I take a deep breath, feeling the crisp air fill my lungs. This is my future now. And for the first time, I'm excited about it. I walk away, not looking back, knowing that everything I need is already within me.